What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. In this video for Dragon's Dogma 2 today, we're not going to be discussing the location of any items per se, but rather the respawn system in the game, and how understanding and slightly abusing the system can help you raise the power level of your character super fast. Let's go. With the exception of a few specific boss encounters and specific enemies that you face as part of the campaign, pretty much everything in Dragon's Dogma 2 can respawn and will respawn. There are generally two different categories of respawns. You have the 2 to 3 day category and you have the 7-day category. Now pretty much everything in the game falls within one of these two, and the 2 to 3 day category essentially covers all basic monsters and things like that that you find out in the wild. So for example, as you pass through an area and you kill a bunch of wolves and goblins and humans and whatever, 2 to 3 days later those enemies will come back. So if you're looking to farm a certain stretch of area because you like the XP per hour or something like that, then you can do this and then go rest for 2 to 3 days, come back, and it will be restocked with the same mobs, or at least some of the same mobs. The same thing is true for basic items in shops, so specific ingredients and specific potions, not all heal elixirs, which we'll discuss separately, but things like that. Even fairy stones will actually refresh in the shops in 2 to 3 days of rest. So for example, if you're trying to dam up a huge amount of fairy stones as you move towards the end game and the unmoored section of the game where you need a lot of these fairy stones, a very simple way for you to stock up on a lot of these, if you have the money to burn, is simply just to find a shop that sells a fairy stone and then buy it, sit on a bench nearby, rest for 2 to 3 days, and the stock will refresh, and that way you can keep on buying till your money runs out and you have enough stock of the item you're looking for. The 7-day respawn category is specifically for, let's call it, epic items, and then also let's say some of the more epic monsters in the game. So for example, the Medusa and Drakes, these kinds of large enemies that have some of the end game materials that you need, like an example of Drakes where you want to be farming worm's life crystals out of them, then these enemies will also respawn every 7 days. So if you find a place where there's a dragon, I'll give you an example, like you have Harv over here. Just outside Harv there's a ruin and you will have a dragon that spawns there. You can kill this dragon, take the worm's life crystals or whatever other loot it drops, and then go rest for 7 days, come back, and the dragon will be back again. Now sometimes in certain cases the animal, the drake, I keep saying dragon but these are actually drakes anyway, it doesn't matter, just in case somebody wants to correct me, but sometimes the drakes don't spawn back exactly in the same place because they might have traveled there. But the bottom line is your elite enemies, your late game enemies, wights, liches, you know, all of these things will respawn after 7 days. Likewise, some of your, let's say, more sought after end game items, like for example all heal elixirs, which are super powerful in the unmoored section of the game. If you haven't yet completed the part where you don't have the fog moving in and you are losing, let's say, more of the map as you rest, all heal elixirs are super powerful because it's a way for you to essentially regain your entire health bar without having to go sleep at an inn. So having a huge amount of these available to you is going to give you a huge advantage when you go into the end game. Now these items can also be farmed by the 7-day timer. So for example, Aldart in the Sacred Arbor, the Elven capital, sells all heal elixirs. So again, if you have the money, you can simply go over there and you could buy his elixir, and then there's a bench right there and you can just sit and rest out the 7 days and then keep on buying these elixirs, thereby stocking up a huge amount of these before you head off into the end game. Hopefully this clears up some of the questions around the respawn system in the game and how you can abuse this system to basically farm worm's life crystals from as many drakes as you can kill, and then resting 7 days and rinsing and repeating and getting all heal elixirs and getting fairy stones and everything that you need to basically get ready to finish the game with relative ease. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this useful in any way, please consider liking, subbing, and commenting on the video, as well as checking the description of this video for a link to a Discord server of like-minded gamers if you want to join. I also stream on Kick every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Love to see you over there, but as always, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next video, fucking cheers.